एको draṣṭā'si sarvasya muktaprāyo'si sarvadā ayameva bandho draṣṭāraṃ paśyasītaram. You are the one witness of everything and ever free. The cause of your bondage is that you see yourself as not the seer, but as something other than that. You, the pure consciousness, is ever alone, kaivalya, ever free. Mystically, the creation has borrowed your light and has got illumined, and in that illumination, the nature and then the plant and the animal kingdom and the man, macrocosm and microcosm, all are functioning day in and day out. The relation you have with the creation, if at all there is any, is that you are the pure, changeless, motionless witness of the creation and everything that happens in the creation. At absolute transcendental level, self is not even a witness. But for relating self with the creation till the time one continues to perceive the creation, especially in case of a spiritual aspirant who still believes that the creation is real. For him, his preceptor teaches that self is witness of everything, and then teaches this pupil, you are verily the self. Therefore, be a mere witness of your BMI functioning, all other BMIs functioning, and thus be the witness of this entire creation. Vishvasakshi is the expression we saw in an earlier verse. The expression witness is appropriate only in one way. The witness has no association with anything which is going on around. Similarly, witness consciousness has no association, no relation with the entire creation. But what happens to a man? What is the mistake he does? Here, one of the most powerful expressions is used by Ashtavakra when he says, instead, you see something different. You see something different is a very, very powerful expression. He says, you are ever the seer who doesn't see anything, but through whom, illumined by whom, every other thing, every other being in the creation sees various objects in the creation. You are the seer who doesn't see, but through whom, illumined by whom, others the entire creation sees. Whereas, where you have ended up, what you have ended up as, you have ended up being a normal being with body, mind, intellect, equipment, seeing everything in this objective world, totally ignorant that you are the seer far beyond your limited BMI equipment. Thus, man forgets his true identity as self. That self which has no association with creation, and accordingly, due to his ignorance, he gets involved with the objects in the creation. Just imagine, can God Almighty, who is the creator, ever get confused if he was to descend on this earth as an avatar and start behaving like a normal human being, seeing things in the creation as a normal human being? Is it ever possible for an avatar? Never. But alas, man, not different from God, man, verily God, verily divine, verily self himself, forgets his identity as self and gets entangled in the objective world and gets bound due to his actions, due to his ignorance. However, in one birth or the other, in the birth destined for his total transformation, when the jiva becomes a serious seeker and begins self-inquiry, takes up a spiritual pursuit, observes the two states very minutely, one as the self and another the BMI, and comes to the conclusion, I am not the body because I can watch it. I am not thoughts because I stand independent of them. I can watch them. I can watch the rising and falling of my emotions, my thoughts, my dreams, and I stand aside of them. They do not touch me. They are there. They may come and they may go. From here, the seeker must not stop anywhere due to any complacence whatsoever, just because in his spiritual experience, sometimes in the meditation, he feels some colors, he feels some bright shades, he experiences some joy, he experiences something in his forehead just for a brief time. he must move on. He should disregard all these brief experiences in his spiritual sadhana, and he should move on more and more intense in his sadhana till he discovers himself to be the pure self, not for few moments, but for ever and ever. So, due to avidya, a human being leads few or several births in his ignorance, and the seer becomes a normal perceiver with his BMI, and then when his karmas come to a reduced level and he takes up spiritual path seriously, he is convinced that he is something different from his limited body, mind, intellect equipment, and intensifies his spiritual sadhana. And when he intensifies his spiritual sadhana, he may come across few or some experiences which he had not experienced while he was leading a life with ignorance. Here, a caution is given to a sadhaka, to a spiritual aspirant, not to think that the small, brief experiences are ultimate experiences. Not to think that this is all about the realization of self, but to move ahead with more intensity, with a conviction, with a joy within, when he thinks, when these brief, small experiences can fill me with so much joy, then how would be the day when I become the eternal joy myself, Satchit Ananda myself, where this joy does not come and go, where this blissful experience does not come and go. The joy is then ever within me. I am ever within the joy. I am the joy. The joy is me. I am I. Hari Om Tat Sat.